Yo, Reali-T, your boy from Hackney, aka Black Guy in Your Neighbourhood, aka my mother's favourite rapper, and this is the In Your Neighbourhood podcast, baby. What episode is this now? Episode 9? Episode 9? How you say it in French? Yes.
Confirmed.
In Your Neighbourhood podcast with your boy Reali-T, your boy from Hackney, aka Black Guy in Your Neighbourhood, aka my mother's favourite rapper, Dark Kent. You know how it be. All facts. Yes. And first of all, we're going to start this off straight away by saying R.I.P to DMX, Earl Simmons. One of the most, not even arguably, influential figureheads in rap music, a hip-hop legend. It's a shame we had to wait for him to pass away for us to acknowledge this, but I'm sure we were acknowledging it when he was alive, really, actually. Very distinctive voice. You're not going to get another DMX. Ja Rule tried, but failed.
All right, 50.
I'm even wearing the do-rag like 50 on Get Rich or Tight Train.
And he tries to take a shot at Ja Rule. 52 there.
It's just an easy target, especially after that Fire Festival thing that he was involved with. Yeah, man, he's just a corny guy. We're going to be speaking about a couple of corny figures in rap music in this podcast, so stay tuned. This is top 3, guys, where we discuss top 3 on different subjects this week, because our guy DMX passed away. We're doing a top 3 DMX track list, our own personal top 3 each. I think I went into that very well. 40, what's yours?
Yeah, man. Top 3. Do you know what it is? DMX has got some tunes that are just hype.
He has, yeah.
And I love them for that. But I felt like when it comes to, sort of tribute, paying respect, I've got to go for some of the deeper ones, some of the ones that are a bit more introspective. But I'm going to go for a bit of a hype one for my number 3, Who We Be.
Yeah.
It's poetic, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not the most hype one, or maybe the one that you're going to get played in the club or whatever, but there's a bit of knowledge in there. So Who We Be, I think 2,
I could actually sing that one. Who We Be.
Yeah, man. Number 2, it's the one with Faith Evans. Is it called I Miss You? I don't even know the name of it,
Let me
but yeah, it's the one where he's talking about his grandma.
Yeah, it's called I Miss You. Yeah.
I Miss You, yeah, I thought it was. Yeah. That one means something to me. I think when my nana passed away, that song sort of resonated with me. So that's my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 1, got to be Slippin'. I think
classic.
You look how early he was talking about all of that, obviously talking about his struggles and whatnot, and he clearly never got rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's poignant, man. And it's a shame that he never really got over all of that. But yeah, that's my DMX top 3. Rest in peace, DMX.
You know what it is about that track as well? DMX was like, he wasn't a gangster. Was he a gangster rapper? Would you class DMX as a gangster rapper?
Nah, he was like the gritty rapper that'll rob you on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
he was known for robbing people.
So very vulnerable with that track. I think that's why it resonated with people, that look, I can be vulnerable too.
It's probably at a point as well where like you say, you've got the rappers that you should be scared of in the streets as well.
Yeah. Because
they're like really about it. Whereas DMX is like, he's a proper street rapper, but he's also talking about personal things from a very early on. So like
exactly.
People who could relate to that and be like, oh wow, it's not just about like robbing or killing, it's like depression, addiction, stuff like that. You just sort of relate to him, and then he's just down the street and he's everywhere. DMX was everywhere. So
yeah. One thing I think why DMX resonated with people, and before we move on to Beezy's top 3, is that because quickly, I just listened to DMX, all of his albums last year, I know I don't want to make this sound like, you know, oh, I listened to DMX and now suddenly he's, God forbid, that didn't happen. I just thought, you know what? DMX, everyone loves this guy that I know. Let me see for myself which people should do. Don't just take words of other people. Listen to them yourself. I listened to his first 3 albums. I would say there's not a skippable track, you know, if I'm being honest. And that's hard for me to say because I barely listen to rap now. So I was listening to, and there's something about the energy from DMX.
It's the energy, because the wordplay and the lyrics, they're not like,
they're not fantastic.
Hip hop fans, rap fans, you know, they're not that deep, are they? But yes, certainly the energy.
It's the energy, man, and you can understand why he had to top. What is it like?
I think he had two
number ones in the same year.
In the same year, yeah.
You can understand because those albums, it's Dark and Hell is Hot, and what's the other one? Because Great Depression was the third one. Wait, let me see.
It slipped my mind, to be honest. But
wait, let me see.
I think it was the one with the all red cover on it.
Yeah. Because he had the Dark as Hell is Hot, and it's bro, that's terrible. Flesh of my flesh. Flesh of my flesh, blood of my. Yeah, the album covers are a bit mad though. For Flesh of My Flesh, that one was a bit
mad.
The
whole thing was kind of like
demonic.
The dark and the light one.
Yeah. Because like he would have that on the same album. They only have to talk about Lord, give me a sign.
Yeah.
So it's like, DMX, what are you doing here, mate? Anyway, Beezy, what's your top 3?
Sorry.
No, 40. Go
for it.
No, I was gonna tarnish his name anyway. Let me not say it. I was just gonna say, you know, with lyrics like, I got blood on my hands and there's no remorse. I got blood on my dick because I fucked the corpse.
Oh my God.
It was a bit demonic.
There's only one DMX. Only one.
Beezy, man. What's your top 3?
How do I go on from that? Anyways, yeah, I'll keep it sort of very short and sweet. So like my top 3, I wouldn't say it's like 3 to 1. Sort of it's sort of the way that I've sort of came into to DMX as well. Sort of listening to something and then go, wow, like this is X. Let me go back. So 3, I think, and I'm just gonna put it out here. This is all coming from like one of the albums I class as a classic to me, which is A Stark and Hell is Hot. 3, Rough Riders Anthem. Just the hype nature of it. I mean, that's my intro to like DMX. It's the energy, and then I go to number 2. Which is How's It Going Down, through a sample that I hear, and I listen to it, and I'm like, this guy's these beat picks are like crazy good.
Yeah,
and
he can make a hook. Like he's not just the energy. Like he's actually a really good artist.
Yeah,
and like you said, it's like no skippables. And my number 1 is because I've got such like a big thing for like intros. Like when an album has a great intro, it just absolutely like does it for me. And X's intro on that album, insane. For me personally, insane. Like it gets you ready to hear this, and I'm like, this guy is a great rapper and a great artist. And I think in stuff like the intros, you don't actually sort of like realize, like you say, you don't sort of look at the lyrics and think, oh, like this could be better. You're just like,
yeah, I'm ready for the album.
He can spit.
Yo, I'm surprised you guys didn't go for like because I didn't put these in my top 3, so I'm gonna mention them quickly. Because I thought they'll be too obvious. We got Party Up in here. I mean, come on, man. Man went proper commercial with that one.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
When X gonna give it to you. That one was a sick one.
Of course.
That was.
He's got a
the
few
energy
more.
On that one was crazy.
He's got
he
a few
some
more.
Sick feature verses as well.
Yeah.
Like
oh yeah, for sure.
On the one with Shut Him Down. I bet you this motherfucking double barrel will blast his face. He starts off his verse like that. He had some sick starting lines in his verses.
Yeah.
And then it just became Earl Simmons, the person. He doesn't even have to be coming in like DMX, and even I think it was the Game's LAX album. He has a skit on there. Like one of his press skits, and it's just X. Like you don't even, it sort of takes over the album because it just sounds so good.
Yeah. Like he has a skit in 2 of his albums where like it carries on from the prayer that he was doing on the first album. I can't remember which ones exactly, but like it just takes you like the prayer. You could just listen to and you get hype from a prayer. I've never been hyped from a prayer before. You could play that prayer in clubs.
Track as well, you know, with Jay-Z and Busta.
Yeah.
Called Why We Die. You know, and he holds up with Jay-Z and Busta, so it just shows he's
he I think he was respected by all. He had a track with Eminem and Obi Trice, Go to Sleep.
Oh yeah, that was a Sending Shots track, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Last one, he was on a feature on like that Busta Touch It remix that had like everybody on.
Was he? He was on that as well.
Yeah, and like and when it got played on like MTV Base or whatever, like you just listen to X and he's like absolutely going in.
But you know on that track they had the part where you get low DMX. Are you telling me DMX got low? Because I can't imagine it. DMX is not gonna chill his hype for even Busta.
What's your top three?
Oh, quickly, I wanted to say Ja Rule and Jay-Z and DMX were gonna start a group, isn't it? Murder Inc.
Murder Inc. Yeah.
Imagine how that would have come out. Ja Rule would have brought the whole team down. Anyway,
damn.
Because I listened to his albums, I thought let me not go for the obvious ones. First of all, I mean this is an obvious one. Let me just say this. What these B words want. That is classic. The second verse is one of the most iconic verses in rap. Just because of all the names he was saying.
You went very Nigerian when you started that.
Oh,
the second verse.
The second one.
He was in church.
I don't even notice it. So when I'm passionate about something, I turn it into my mother. Raider. So what these B words want. My second one. For my dogs. It was featuring a whole bunch of people. I think Drag On is one of them. I don't know why I remember that name specifically, but I just love the hook. This is for my dogs. This is for my dogs. This is for my dog. They even go higher octave. So that one was sick. But my number one, featuring DMX, and this is gonna be our 1 minute tribute to DMX. Hopefully we don't get sued because it's all over YouTube and it went viral. But this is my number one. Check this out.
It's that real shit, yo.
Butterfly in the sky.
Come on!
I can go twice as high.
Let's get it on.
Take a look,
nigga.
In a book,
my nigga.
Reading rainbow.
You think it's a game?
I can go anywhere.
Suck my dick.
Friends to know.
My nigga.
Ways to grow.
Nigga.
Reading rainbow.
Here we go again.
I can be anything.
Same old shit. What?
Take a look,
nigga.
In a book,
my nigga.
Reading rainbow.
This is the shit I be talking about. You think it's a game? You think it's a fucking game? What y'all really want? What y'all really want? Ride or die. Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Okay.
That was my number one. And that's our tribute to DMX. When I see these stories, I turn into that African man that Beezy was talking about previously. What on earth? Things that have gone viral, things that they're talking about on the Twitter sphere. First of all, we got Iggy Azalea shaking her butt shots on the gram. On the TikTok, sorry. Revealing photographs of DMs from other celebrities, blocking out the names, which was very kind of her, and doing a silly little dance, also promoting her shite track. Well, your guys,
is that a new track, is it, that was playing when she was exposing all these thirsty people?
Yeah, it was a new track. I mean, I'm not even gonna play it because
let's not.
we need to
sounds
grow.
good.
We need to grow our viewership. So, but let's not go in like straight away like this in Iggy Azalea. Even though I would
You're
say
the one that
personally.
said it was a shite track.
I mean, I mean, she could do better. She could do better. It's no fancy. Fancy was her number one. It's no fancy. If that was a man doing all that she's doing, for example, the game, they will call her one of the corniest rappers in hip hop.
Did they not call her
she
that
is.
anyways?
She is.
She is corny, bro.
She's corny. She's
No one
corny.
cares for Iggy Azalea. That's what you say, no one, but like, no one cares for Iggy Azalea.
I mean, it's a mad thing. Like, what have you seen the video?
Nah.
You haven't
video
seen
of the DM.
Beezy doesn't even want to check it out. It's
Nah.
cringy. It's cringy.
I haven't got
She's just
TikTok, but you say TikTok is like that? Hey.
She's just screenshotted the guys that are messaging her, and she's blanked out the names.
Mhm.
Was she saying that they're rappers?
They got like 12 million followers, like 3 million followers. So there'll be celebrities. There's one with 27 or something million followers saying,
mean,
"Oh, like
look.
I'll eat your booty hole" or stuff like that.
She can do like they're the ones that have messaged her in it. Like she can do that. She's at will to do that, but it comes across a little bit desperate, doesn't it?
It comes across
Yeah,
corny. Loads of
which-
women must get regular women get DMs.
Yeah.
So why is she doing a little dance, saying, "Oh, what was she trying to gain from that?"
TikTok followers? I don't know. Like
exposure.
she's corny, bro. She's very corny. Like she had a mini run of like a year and a bit where people were like, "Oh, Iggy is sick." Ti decided to throw all his money at her, just the same way he did it with Chip. And I mean, Ti is probably the top three in terms of worst hip hop moguls of all time.
Yeah.
Ti is up there. Hold that one.
He
And
probably
then
made money off Iggy Azalea, though, right?
what was that?
He probably made money off Iggy Azalea.
Of course he did, mate.
He did.
Just the same way that he probably's made money off Chip for like for sticking Meek Mill and everybody else on that Pizza Boy mixtape, and probably's had him on Grand Hustle for a bit. Like he makes money off. He's got Travis Scott on. He had Travis Scott on the payroll. He probably's made a lot of money. But with Iggy, it was like, yeah, for about a year or so, people were like, oh god, she's gonna be sick. And then everyone realized she's corny. Like you've seen that video of her like rapping along when she stole Kendrick's verse. And like in a live performance, she started like rapping to it, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, she's
It's a
got
mess.
bars." It's a
It's a
Kendrick
mess.
verse. She's corny, mate. So doesn't surprise us that she'll do that.
What hyped her up to go on that stage and talk about runaway slave? You're the whitest of white women. You'd see it in the Kendrick verse. You didn't think, wait a minute, the aesthetics of this ain't right.
She was
Oh, Iggy.
spazzing
Iggy,
out,
Iggy.
saying it so much that like you couldn't even tell what she was saying anywhere. Like
I only
nobody
clocked
in
that she took Kendrick's verse.
Yeah.
I only just clocked.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
She's probably saying she was like paying respect to it or something, but like, you know, she should have followed it up saying, you know, shout out Kendrick or something.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of just taking it, especially like at that
She's
point.
a mess. She's old news. She's just trying to post stuff, trying to get some more attention on her. Looks like it's working a little bit. We're talking about her, but is
Exactly.
anybody going to be going checking out her music?
Nah.
Nah.
She has a history of taking stuff. She took her accent from Black Southern women as well. So
Yeah,
that's
it's all
one.
weird.
So her whole thing is like fake. She's got loads of like. There's nothing wrong with surgery, guys. I don't want to like put it out there that you don't have to do. You can't do what you want with your body, men or women, because men are getting like lip injections now for the gram. That is a true story. Yeah.
Men
Listen.
are getting lip injections for the gram.
Yeah. Listen, this is not my opinion, but Raider lip injections for the gram. You guys need to not. This is just coming from up above, telling me that you guys need to fix up. So enough about Iggy. Iggy. Can't you see? We're going on to our next question. This is going to be put as a question. Is Soulja Boy a hip hop legend?
No.
Thought
No.
he slept on this, hasn't he?
In all
Okay, finished. We
languages,
finished
it's a
that one.
no.
Next. No, okay. You know what? Yeah. Personally, this is what I'm gonna say. I think Soulja Boy is a hip hop legend.
I think
Go on.
he's good at marketing. I think he's good at selling himself, but I can't say he's a hip hop legend. I sat on this podcast and debated whether Drake was a rap legend not long ago. Drake, because I wasn't sure if he wrote all of his own rhymes, and like I had to say, do you know what? Because of his numbers and everything, yeah, he is. I can't say the same thing about Soulja Boy.
But if you say that Drake's a legend, I mean, we all know that Drake stole Soulja Boy's flow, word for word, bar for bar.
Drake stole everyone's flow. That doesn't make everyone's flow. He
Drake
took a
stole a
legend.
hip hop legend's flow. Drake knows.
But Drake stole loads of people's flows. It doesn't mean that they're all legends.
What Soulja Boy is. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Firstly,
nah, I can't say he is.
Soulja Boy, teenager.
Yeah.
He clocked the scamming game. You go on LimeWire. You're looking for, inappropriate material. This is I'm talking from another person's point of view. Speaking of which, it was POV inappropriate material. So they've downloaded it. They think they're gonna get inappropriate material. It's Soulja Boy. You hear Soulja Boy tell them.
Yeah, marketing
You.
genius, not hip hop legend.
Secondly, Soulja Boy. Forget Vanilla Ice. Forget MC Hammer with the hammer dance. The kids out here were doing the Soulja Boy dance. Wami lean, and Wami rolls. He didn't even bother to say the last syllable of the word. Wami. Now Wami you.
I was there. I was in the fields.
Yeah.
I was outside.
We were outside. I was supposed to be studying for A levels. I was trying to learn the dance. This is how influential this guy was.
Can I have the? Go on, T. So I feel like you got number 3 there.
Carry on.
So yeah, if I've got like on this debate, if I've got a deciding vote of whether to go with 40 or whether to go with T, I agree with everything that you said, T. He's influential.
Oh, okay. I dropped the L one too quickly.
He's not a hip hop legend. I can't give him the title hip hop legend for being influential and changing the game somewhat by sort of being that ringtone rapper and being, like 40 says, a great person regards to marketing himself.
Kiss me through the phone.
No, he's got tracks, but after that period, mate, after that he's just been clinging at straws, like whatever can just bring relevancy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he does it well. But let's not act like it's all planned out. Like Drake, Tiger, like Randy Orton, like none of this was like prepared. He just figures it out as it goes through. He caught a body, and that was like that made him go on DJ Vlad. Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah,
like he just was in the studio and someone walked in and tried to kill him. It happens in Atlanta, unfortunately. The way that you could use that and turn that into marketing is great. It shows like how smart the guy is or his team is. But he's not a hip hop legend because everything that he done, I don't think sort of leads you to think like, wow, like he's actually that much influence in hip hop. I don't think he's had.
Do we all look at all of this? Like, is this what you like consider for a hip hop legend? Because I'm mainly looking at the music. And I know that's obviously everyone's taste, but
I mean, influence in some sense, like I mean, a lot of people class like Lil Wayne as a hip hop legend, and like say for sure you should, because like I think the music speaks for itself. But Carter 3 being something that people say like, oh, is a classic. Carter 4, for some people it's not, compared to like his previous work, because lyrically he wasn't even at that level. So like I think it's the influence of like what he done, the way he was working so hard, Lil Wayne, the music that he's putting out, and then how he saw like 1 million first week. People like Lil Wayne changed the game, changed the mixtape game. That he's a legend for that. So some people class something outside of music as being legend status, don't they?
I mean, lyrically on Carter 3, I remember one bar he goes, I'm black and white, so I'm polar.
We're gonna have this conversation about Big Sean and Lil Wayne's worst lyrics. I'm telling you.
How can you be black and white and then I'm polar bearer? At first I was like, oh yeah, he's the opposite. Wait, polar bears are white.
did he say bear or did he just say polar?
I don't know. There's something he would say in it.
Yeah, I
Bruh.
think-
He just
yeah.
put it
Was
in
he
at
not
the end.
meaning like bipolar, like black and white, like biracial?
No, he said
bipolar?
something about a bear before that.
Oh,
Before
okay.
that line, I can't remember it specifically.
I don't
and
remember
black
it.
and white, so I'm
Do you
probably
know what it is? Like, there was a lot of shit music on that album
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
There was a couple of tunes that were all right, but
I mean,
I
nothing
didn't
tops
really
Soulja
get-
Boy's
Oh, wow.
How about the band? Turn my
Turn my
swag
swag
on.
on.
Take a look in the mirror, say what's up.
What's up?
Like
Hey,
tracks, right? Like tracks that are massive, and then it's like, oh, we're all bored of that one. Next.
Finally, on what on earth? Finally, I'm tired. Finally, what on earth? Chinese restaurant owner. She went ham. Oh, that was bars actually.
I'm done.
Might have to write that one down. Yeah, Chinese restaurant owner. She wasn't having it, mate. We all work with people here. Actually, that sounds terrible. Of course, we work with people, unless you're a vet, where you would work with animals. And we all know here, us three here, that people are very, very hard to please, especially in customer service. You could give your left arm for a customer, and they'll be like, "But I wanted the right one."
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? People are very hard to please, man. And often in these customer service jobs, people go into depression, man. You guys need to treat us nicer. Just be kind. Rewind. However, this Chinese restaurant owner decided to fight back. Alice Chung. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I don't want the Chinese goons, restaurant takeaway owners at my door. She's 50 years old. She's from Puds. She's got a restaurant in Pudsey called Oriental Express. I'm African. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing these things wrong. So Alice Chung said, these negative reviews tend to put business owners down and demotivate them. I want to be realistic. Oh, she was real, all right. She was. I'm trying to load up this article and my phone's deciding to go haywire. She said that she tries to give honest, truthful answers to sometimes silly comments or bring in banter to the platform.
Which
Don't know.
platform?
I don't even know what the platform is. It must be like Google. You know, you
Like
can do
Just
Google
Eat or
reviews.
TripAdvisor or something like
all,
that.
all those ones, yeah, where
Do you
people.
know what it is, right? Working with customers, yeah? Like
Mhm.
you're saying, you could give your left arm, they want the right one.
Yeah,
As someone who does work with customers, and I'm always trying to give the best service possible, when I go somewhere and it's not good service, I get pissed off.
yeah.
I've left a bad review on TripAdvisor before, and the place they didn't even try to respond. They tried to get the comment taken down. I'll tell you why. We was in Cyprus, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Me and my girl, who's from South Africa, she's Zulu. So we go to a South African restaurant. Probably a bad idea in the first place, to be honest. But we went in, thought, all right, let's get some South African food. But it was white South Africans. And to cut a long story short, they
Oh,
just
man.
ignored us the whole time. We had to ask to be served, like sat at the table, just getting ignored. Like all the other people getting served before us that were of a fairer shade, let's say.
Yeah.
So I left a report. The worst thing was there was something on the menu that said every Sunday pay €35. You get 4 hours of food and wine celebrating the golden era of colonialism.
Yo.
Yeah, I put a write up on TripAdvisor like, this is going to offend some people. You shouldn't have this on your restaurant menu. Like,
What
yeah, they try to
idiots.
get the comment taken down.
Why you being
Oh,
a dickhead fool?
Yeah.
Stop being a dickhead.
What I see from both sides, I think this Chinese restaurant owner, more power to her. She
Yeah.
should be commenting back. I seen one of them saying they'd left a bad comment,
Mhm.
and she wrote back saying, "Yeah, you rang the shop saying your meal had no meat in it, but you
Yeah.
ordered a vegetarian munchbox."
She became a keyboard vigilante. Oh gosh, I love this woman, Alice Chung. If you wanna be a guest on the podcast, be my guest. We'd love you to be on the podcast.
Yeah,
Beezy,
she
what are
sounds
your
like she wouldn't hold back.
Yeah, exactly. We need someone proper controversial. Beezy, what are your thoughts on the this woman fighting back against these keyboard warriors?
More power to her.
Yeah.
Oh, more power to her. Just yeah, if she does come on the pod, we will fight with her if they leave negative comments on that episode.
Real talk. Real talk. That's sponsored by him who must not be named. First of all, we're gonna say a quick rest in peace, obviously, again to DMX, who was the most important person to us to pass away. However, there are other more side characters that have also passed away. Rest in peace to Prince Philip. And seriously, again, anorexia is a proper mental health illness, and it should be seen as that. So rest in peace, Nikki Graham, Big Brother legend. Who is she? Yes, that's Nikki Graham. I'm sure some people that are listening to this will remember her golden era of reality TV, Nikki Graham. She had a long battle with anorexia, 38 years old. So that's not talked about enough.
From complications due to anorexia.
I don't know the actual details, but she had it for a long time. She had it for a long, and she was very skinny. But you can't tell someone that's got anorexia that, listen, you're too skinny, because they always think that they're
like
overweight.
Body dysmorphia in it.
Body dysmorphia, exactly. Same with bulimia. It's not talked about enough, and I'm hoping soon enough. We'll go back onto the jokes, but I'm hoping soon enough, guys, like we'll agree on having a couple of episodes where we just not chill, but and talk about mental health.
Yeah, man.
What we've gone through, our own experience in that. However, what I'm gonna zone in on right now is Prince Philip. Now, speaking of his death, God bless the dead. This is no disrespect to any of the dead, but his death online had mixed reviews. His death wasn't like DMX's death, where it got a 9.9 on IMDb out of 10. His one was like, I would say, a 6 or 5. Why? Because some people don't respect the royal family, and in particularly what this guy has conveyed in the past. Is that making sense?
Yeah, so the guy was a racist, yeah.
Okay.
The guy's part of the elite. There's a lot of people around struggling, and we're just going to look at people who have maybe been born with a silver spoon in the mouth or a gold crown on the head, and not relate to them. On top of that, the guy seemed like he was a racist, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one of the comments he'd made was, if there was reincarnation when he passed away, he'd like to be reincarnated as a deadly virus to lower the world's population.
Bloody hell, son.
Which, during the times we're in, seems like a bit of a mad comment. Obviously, he made it years ago, but when he says that, I feel like he means to lower the population in like places outside of Europe, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, I've got a few of his greatest hits here. We played DMX's top 3, so we're gonna play some of Prince Philip's greatest hits. One thing he said to a British student studying in China, he said, "If you stay here much longer, you will go home with slitty eyes." Prince Philip, ladies and gentlemen. To a student trekking in Papua New Guinea, Africa, "You managed to not get eaten then."
Papua New Guinea's not in Africa, bro.
Oh,
but
sorry.
Carry on.
Okay, sorry. Where's Papua New Guinea? I heard Guinea and I thought it's Africa.
I'm probably wrong myself, but is it the South Pacific? I think
Oh,
it's
yeah. Is it around
Australia way,
Australia and them parts?
There's
Forgive me, guys. This is where Beezy gets onto me.
I don't say a thing.
I don't know my geography.
There's some people who live somewhere over that way that worship him as a god.
Really?
Yeah, like
Mate,
they had a prophecy in their like tradition, in their history,
yeah.
and when he came, they believed that he fulfilled that prophecy. I don't know what it was. Maybe it said like some old racist guy's gonna come and be your god. But yeah, look, the guy's passed away, so I don't want to be too.
Yeah.
Now
But
you're
I'm
cheering.
just talking through his greatest hits, guys. Like these are his
Right.
greatest hits.
Go on.
So if you're a fan of Prince Philip, you love these tracks. Speaking to a woman who gave him a gift in Kenya in 1984. You are a woman, aren't you? He asked her that, and she gave him a gift. So he had to ask if she was actually a woman. What else have we got? We've got a few. Cayman Islands, he said, aren't you, most of you descended from pirates? One that hit me specifically was when he went to Nigeria and he spoke to the Nigerian president. And Beezy knows. Actually, 40 knows as well. You're basically kind of African anyway.
Wow.
You know the clothes. You know the clothes that us Africans wear, like traditional clothes.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you look like you're about to go to bed,
Yeah.
while shaking the president's hand. So rest in peace, Prince Philip. You know we all love the royal family on this podcast.
You know when somebody's just got the absolute confidence that there's no comeback
Yeah,
for anything they say.
Yeah.
That's him in it.
that's Prince Philip.
Yeah,
That's Prince
he's
Philip.
not bothered.
So you can respect his audacity as well. I mean,
Well,
a lot of people don't say what they want to say. So just like I'm saying, we love the royal family, and I don't want the royal family goons at my door. This is just taking it all in.
I'm a listener.
You got any thoughts on this, Beezy, or shall we move on to the Kanye Netflix doc?
Rest in peace to everybody who unfortunately lost their lives over
Okay.
this past weekend.
Fantastic. So Kanye Netflix documentary. I'm excited about this.
Oh yeah.
20 years in the making, apparently. I mean, speaking of people that are outspoken, this one is gonna be a mad one if it's pulled off well. Obviously, if we have
That's
it in. Go on, Beezy. Yeah.
That's the problem. For me, it's
Yeah.
like if it's going to be pulled off well, because I don't know, like the reports that I've seen is like obviously there's like two people who are like really close to Kanye,
Yeah.
who are who have videoed everything, who have recorded everything, who are going to be sort of like working with Netflix to get it out. But then I don't know if like Kanye is actually involved, and if it is, like obviously it's going to be some like great things as a music fan, as a hip hop fan. Like the videos of him and Jay-Z in the studio, him like talking to Dame Dash, Rockefeller, blah blah blah. But he's always, if Kanye's involved, there's always going to be a specific twist to it. Like we're not going to hear like everything, are we? And I think when it gets into it, that's where it might just be a bit. Well, we've heard this before because he's been pretty vocal about a lot of things. Like, is he going to sit down and actually like say, well, this probably didn't go the way that it should have gone, or is it going to be like an external narrative of like actually like honing in on Kanye's faults, or is it just going to be like trying to make the whole point of everything he said is right, he's a genius and look where he is now?
Yeah, that's actually going on your viewpoint, because we're really into documentaries, me and Beezy. Like, so we've watched like the Dennis Rodman one. That one is a classic to me. There's Last Dance. I mean, come on, even if you're not a basketball fan, that one got rave reviews. And I believe, even though the Michael Jordan one, Last Dance one, wasn't up there with Rodman's one in terms of holding himself accountable for his faults, because Michael Jordan's just Michael Jordan. It did show the good, the bad, the ugly side of that team and of Michael Jordan. And I'm not sure if Kanye West is fully involved in this documentary, if he's going to show the good, the bad, the ugly side. I want to see all sides. So it shows, okay, you're human. Like, people need to understand who Kanye West is, not that he's going to come and be like, I'm a genius, I'm this, I'm running for president. This, that. It might be a presidential campaign documentary for all we know. What do you think, 40?
Yeah, I think documentaries are interesting.
Yeah.
I think you get with you get documentaries with people like Quincy Jones, for example, who it's kind of like probably doesn't have so much of a interest in creating a certain narrative at this point.
Yeah.
Um, to a certain extent, like Dr. Dre as well, maybe slightly longer careers where, you know, I think their work speaks for itself. They're kind of cemented as these legends. And I think the interesting thing about documentaries like that is they maybe show you a little bit of stuff that you didn't see, especially earlier on.
Yeah.
Kanye's a little bit more into the generation where everything's kind of out there anyway. Certainly like the back half of his career. So yeah, there might be some stuff that's maybe new footage, hasn't been seen before, all of this, but you know, a lot of his life and a lot of his career has kind of been out there for everyone to see anyway, because we're in that kind of social media era now anyway. So I just wonder, you know, how much is going to be kind of new stuff that hasn't been seen before, and how much of it, like you're saying, is kind of to fit a certain narrative as well. So it'd probably be interesting. But yeah, I think Kanye is like he's definitely another one who's a marketing genius, and he comes at it from a different angle to like someone like Soulja Boy, for example. But yeah, I don't know. I find myself kind of wanting to maybe just listen to the music as and when it comes out, and not always getting so interested in like these potential marketing opportunities that come about. I know a documentary's obviously meant to be like not so much of a marketing opportunity, but I think what you're getting at when you're saying like what's going to be the angle of it, is it going to just be a kind of a promotional thing?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna. I feel like without knowing anything, it probably will be more of a promotional thing, because he's obviously like still heavily involved in all the like fashion things he's doing. Presidential, like might try and run in 2024 or whatever he thinks he can do.
Yeah.
But like what we want to see as, I guess, like as Kanye West fans or like fans of hip hop is like the lost footage, but then we also want to see like what actually happened in like between him and Jay-Z getting to the top of each other's respective and then clashing, like, and then someone like talking about it like, oh yeah, there was creative differences, or like Jay-Z like dissed him or whatever. Like, you, not that you want to like have like gossipy things, but you want to see like two people who are like two like generational artists of this generation anyways, like what happened when the sort of the little brother becomes at the same level as the big brother, and like what happens there. And then maybe like something about like how Kanye even like got into like the fashion thing, but like actually seeing how he unfolded. Don't want to like see what like the shit he went through mentally, but like see like what actually happens when you're at the top of your game and things just are too much.
Too much
like
mental.
Proper honesty. Proper honesty, instead of just saying like he's a genius, he's this, he's that. And I feel like we might just get loads of lost footage in some of that, because it's going to be a promo thing.
So apparently, according to this article on the source, it's going to be directed by the people that directed and produced Jesus Walks, the video. Two of his friends, Clarence Simmons and Chike
Which
Oza.
video? Wasn't there like 8 videos?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was one where I was walking through fire or something. And
there's one with the fake Jesus.
Yeah, wasn't there one where he was in like preaching?
Yeah,
and then there was this
I know they made a lot of videos for that track.
Yeah.
There was this sex worker, politically correct, walking through the streets or something. Was that one of them? I know there was at least 2. I know there was at least 2.
There's a good documentary on it on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah,
if people are interested.
Okay. So the multi-part docuseries details Kanye's rise in the music industry, his venture into fashion, his 2020 presidential run, and rest in peace, the death of his mother. So that's all going to be in there. And never before seen footage of Kanye's West career over 2 decades. So to be released sometime later this year when it comes out. If it comes out, then we could do a little review of that if we watch it. Should be interesting. Speaking of Jay-Z, actually, I was reading somewhere, you know, remember 2009, where Little Mama?
Yeah.
Where she went on stage, that was so embarrassing.
All this in front of Jay-Z.
When I saw that, I was like, come on, man. Like, I saw that, I was like, that was a bit corny. That was cheesy. However, 11 years later, how long has it been? Yeah. Apparently she's reached out to Alicia Keys and Jay-Z, I think more than one time, to just apologize, yeah.
Mhm.
And what I don't actually like is apparently, allegedly, they haven't reached back out to her or said anything like, at least say, oh, we forgive you or whatever. Like, and the woman went through a bit of hell, You don't know, it's mad.
Of course
Like,
she did.
like mental health, that affected her mental health.
But
How can you mess up
use
Jay-Z's performance?
The fact that we know
Mhm.
that she's reached out to apologize
Yeah.
is probably the reason that they haven't reached out back.
Mm.
Ooh.
Because imagine if you were actually going to apologize, why would anyone know that you had?
So she's told. No, I think
This
what
is the
happened.
whole thing, though. We get caught up in this, like,
Mhm.
everything's just a play, everything's a
Yeah.
promotional opportunity, everything's for a bit of attention.
No, what I think it was for is someone asked her, I think this week online, about that.
Mm,
And I think she said, no, they haven't. They have, like, I've reached out to them. So, because this happened years ago, she might have reached out to them like a decade ago
right.
to apologize. So now she's saying, listen, they didn't get back to me. Because that could have given her a
But
lot of
again,
risk.
though, still, so she's dragging them through the mud for not getting back to her. Why don't you
Yeah.
just say, yeah, I apologized?
Oh, okay.
I don't know what
And
Lil
then it'll
Mama's
be on them.
expecting.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Like, I mean, yeah, great. If he comes back, if they come out and say like, "Oh yeah, thank you,"
Yeah.
so like
Apology
you fucking
accepted.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
went,
that's it.
you went on stage, you felt yourself, did all this. Probably's, because let's be real, they do it in music. Jay-Z probably just like absolutely sabotaged her career. Said radio,
Yeah.
any connections he had, like nah. Like,
Do you think he even
just-
cared that much?
probably is Jay-Z's petty though, isn't
He's
he?
petty, yeah.
He's petty.
You
Like-
know the thing is, Jay-Z only needs to say one thing on the radio because he was like, he said something along the lines of like, that wasn't cool or something along those lines. So now Jay-Z is saying what this rapper's done is not, a up and coming rapper is not cool. We're not playing that person. You want to piss off Jay-Z? Nah, we're not playing that person. Jay-Z didn't even have to say don't play her. That's just the code. Like,
Do you know what? It all started from ODB. It's all his fault.
Yeah.
He was like the original stage crasher, wasn't he?
yeah. But you have to
Like,
be
well-
consistent with your madness. You can't
Yeah,
just go on
exactly.
stage and be
Exactly.
oh,
like
that's
Kanye is
ODB.
consistent with his madness. ODB was just like that all the time.
If ODB jump, like, I bet that in their performance they'll be like, we need to have the ODB test. we need to prepare just in case he's been on the weed that night. Like
The weed.
he's been smoking the reefer. Let's be careful because ODB, he might hear New York and
Reefer,
jump
if
on the
anything,
stage.
is definitely not going to make you want to get up on stage.
In the house. Track of the week. Thanks again for listening to the podcast. This is our weekly segment again. Track of the week. We've done, obviously it should be a DMX track, but we've done our top threes, so we're gonna do some other tracks. What's your track of the week, 40?
My track of the week is some Northeast MCs, H-Man and Just B, HB collectively, and it's Super Saiyan. Bringing the hype, bringing the hardness. Pause.
Sounds like a monkey track. Get the bananas.
You're loving this one too, yeah?
From that little boppy move, T would fit right into 40s T-side clubs.
Yeah, you were definitely
I felt like I was
a white guy dancing there,
Yeah,
bro.
he's on that Rishi. What was the pills called again?
the Rishi.
Yeah, I'm the Rishi,
Yeah.
Smoking on the Rishi.
Shooting on the
Oh.
Boris.
He was definitely tooting on something there.
My do-rag was about to fly off. Right, Beezy, what's your track of the week?
My track of the week, keeping into the Northeast tradition that we've got going on for this week. Saying Out, which is a track that was played on BBC One Extra, an introducing segment on DJ Target's show, which is by Any Dons and our very own Naughty 40.
Thank you, bro.
And produced by 40, which has to be said as well.
Yeah.
I wish that One Extra would have put that on there because it's a banger.
I mean, if they'd have just put even Any Dons featuring 40, it'd have been nice. But you know, it's just nice to get the play on there anyway.
Yeah.
Yep, and is very, 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 very Northeast sound and verse by 40,
Yeah.
which One Extra needed.
They needed it. They needed that T-side flavour in there. But yeah, shout out Any Dons, man.
Yeah. Shout out everyone that got played on One Extra as well, to be honest. That's big, man. That's big. It's just about consistency now.
Yeah, shout out One Extra, and I'll keep doing it instead of just using it for a split second and then never coming back.
Exactly.
Done this for about 10 years. I don't really care.
Maybe we'll have this on a different episode because that's
another
something that we
story
could
for
discuss there.
Yeah.
Yo, so my track of the week, I've been doing a lot of running on the treadmill because when I've seen myself in the mirror, when I take my shirt off, I look like you need to donate £1 to me every month. All I need is the flies.
Oh my God.
So, my track of the week gets me hype on the treadmill, and I was on the treadmill on a Friday, and here it is.
It's Friday then.
Yeah, the video's so funny. The one.
Jeez, what a track!
The video of the guy getting out the car and doing that, you can watch that on loop for at least 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Smile, you're away.
Got me hype, man. Got me hype. I was just playing that track on the treadmill. What a track. And that one is by I didn't even say who it was by. That one is by Written. I think it's Written. R-I-T-O-N. Nightcrawlers featuring Mufasa and Hype Man. It's literally his Hype Man, the one that's shouting in the background. And that's what it's called. So yes. In Your Neighbourhood podcast, Ep.009. Oh, we're nearly on double figures, baby.
Baby.
Yo, Reali-T, your boy from Hackney, aka Black Guy in Your Neighbourhood, aka my mother's favourite rapper, and this is the In Your Neighbourhood podcast, baby.